Do you want constant laughter on your homestead? Do you want something that's even better than chickens? Well, have you ever thought about having ducks on your homestead? If you aren't, you should be, and here are the reasons why. Number 1, ducks are very hardy and resistant to not only the cold, but also to disease and parasites. Normally, most chickens can have problems with their combs in colder temperatures and can actually get frostbite. That just doesn't happen with ducks. Have you ever heard of a down comforter? Well, it gets the name from the down feathers on a duck that are underneath its outer feather. They help keep the duck warm when it's cold and wet outside. In fact, they prefer to be wet, whether it's cold or hot, because that's how they clean themselves, as opposed to chickens who use dirt baths to clean themselves. Number 2, the eggs. Duck eggs are larger than your typical chicken egg, which means more food per egg. In fact, they have about 225 calories per egg versus 150 of chickens. Ducks also lay the same, if not more, eggs per year, about 270 versus 250 to 300. They also have a longer laying season and can actually lay during the winter. Ours definitely slowed down, but they still will lay a little bit in the winter, so that's definitely a plus. The eggs also have more protein in them than chicken eggs, which make them more rich and better for baking. And if you're trying to bulk up, that can also be helpful. A small side benefit is their shells are also stronger, so they're harder to break when you're carrying them in. Number 3 is the meat. Now, both birds are lean, but ducks tend to be a little bit leaner, except for the layer of fat on the breast of the duck, which is used to help keep them warm. Ducks also tend to have more meat on them than chickens. Although keep in mind that ducks do take longer to grow to harvest size, about 15 to 18 weeks, rather than the 10 to 12 weeks of chickens. Now, we would never kill our ducks because they're just so awesome, but I mean, some people do, so that's why I throw this in there. Number 4 is they are better for a garden. If you have chickens, then you know they can scratch at the ground like crazy. And if they do this in your garden, it can tear up your garden plants to shreds. Ducks, on the other hand, do not scratch the ground like chickens do. They are a lot more gentle for your garden. Speaking of gardens, number 5, the poop. Ducks poop a lot, almost twice as much as chickens. And thankfully, duck manure is a lot cooler than chicken manure because the nitrogen levels are a lot lower. So this means that your manure can be used a lot sooner than chicken manure, where you have to wait upwards for a year for it to be safe on your plants. Also, since the ducks are in a pond a lot, they poop a lot into that pond water. So when you empty the pond, you can simply use that dirty pond water and spray it on your garden plants for a great nutrient bath. Number 6, they are so much easier to house. Ducks are just so much easier to keep in one location. For instance, we have constant problems right now with our chickens flying over our 5-foot fence to get into the garden and destroying our plants like I mentioned before, especially when we are trying to keep them out. Now, ducks only need about 2 to 3 feet tall of a fence to keep them from escaping. So the ducks never get out and they never cause problems. Number 7, something I referenced earlier, but it deserves its own point, is they lay eggs for a lot longer. Ducks in general live a lot longer than chickens for various reasons, but because of that, they will also lay a lot later in their life. So if you pair that with the slightly higher production rate and laying longer into the winter, they will give you a lot more eggs than chickens in their lifespan. Number 8, ducks are just so much fun. Just being with them is hilarious, and their behavior is so comical. For example, ours, they run around in a little pack. We call our Indian runner ducks the kazoo band because of, well, how they sound and how they run around together in a little pack. In the end, chickens aren't bad and definitely serve a purpose, but if you have to choose which to get, I would definitely choose ducks. If I missed a reason why ducks are better than chickens, please put it in the comments below, and we will see you guys next time.